Overall Setting Podcast. Overall Settings. You know you are the leader now. You're taking over with speed now. Overall Settings. Yes, you're on the go. Everybody want to watch your show. You're watching Overall Settings Podcast. Boom, Overall Settings.
I'm feeling this aura. Yeah, that's the deal and it's
Live on Overall Settings.
You're the vice and to the world, ambassador to the universe, and we are representing Overall Settings.
Splash the artist, sing a splash. Yeah, man. Overall set.
Yo, big respects to original Dan Raja, Apache Indian in the place. Catch me on Overall Setting.
This is Shinehead. I found out. So here what? As pertain to the overall setting. And for the main devices, you know, say a frostant from where you do it, straight out. I'm watching the page, I represent the overall setting.
Hey yo, check this out, this is Anthony Cruz live and direct, and I'm here to tell you about the Don't Know Overall Setting scene.
This is Silver Cat, aka Iron Claw, and I will be on the overall podcast setting.
From me see the face and hear the voice, them know say Rasta British, the true leader. I'll be featured live on Overall Settings podcast.
Bonjour tout le monde. You know it's me, your girl Joe, now representing with the Overall Settings podcast show.
Hey, don't know fearless wonder. I'm here represent the Overall Setting.
Catch me live on Overall. This is Jay Warren, and you can check me out live on Overall podcast.
Not gonna make them night.
Put me the Salaman and Tigana overall. Milan.
We coming some indeed. Like wire fire every 16. Police man a fire AK-47, but soldier man. Them a fire is the love.
hear, say cat and dog catch it. Only human being attracted. Social distance, them now keep it. Face mask to fight them now wear it. But when them feel it, them body I go reveal it. Cause it's a virus blowing to the air, killing off men and women here, there, and everywhere. Yes, there is a virus blowing to the air. So my brothers and sisters, who better be real. Doctors and scientists can't find no cure for it. No. Me have to wonder if I see free. See them now, them invent vaccine to inject human beings. Cause it's a virus that's flowing through the air, a killing of men and women here, there, and everywhere. Yes, there is a virus flowing through the air. So my brothers and sisters, who better be real. There is a virus
Blowing through the air. Yep.
so my brothers and sisters,
Yeah. Yeah, but the gang, but the gang. Yeah, but the gang, but the gang, but the gang, but the gang, but the gang. Bad song, bad song, bad song, bad song, bad song, bad song. Bad song. Big up Father Shifty for me new tie, cause when I don't know every week, me have to make up my own, sound effect them and them thing there. So, you know, Father Shifty come through and donate a little thing. So I'm a new tie that, you see me? Yeah, man, big up Ethic Boss for the live right now, you know what I mean? With the new, what you call it now? Oh, yeah, bangarang. Yeah, you know what I mean? Little short film series and, you know, big up man like Scotland Dog on the live as well. You know what I say? The artists them just do some great things right about now, you know what I mean? And the best thing one can do for the platform, yeah, is when you see an artist come over here, I want to dep on the live, just share it. Remember it now cost no nothing. Encourage some people for subscribe to the channel. You know what I say? Yeah man, big up Dia Warrior up on the live as well. I be an artist in our place to come support, you know, them fellow artists, you know what I mean? The gent coming in tonight is a man where, trust me, him verse, him very verse. You know what I mean? He's a man full of patience and virtue. You know what I say? I mean, very humble. You know what I say? And full of manners. You know what I say? And you hardly find that in artists these days. You know what I say? Because, you know, a lot of people lead with them ego. You know what I say? I don't think him could have pick a better name for himself when him say straight, because him always come straight forward. You know what I say? It's not annoying or would I say derogatory, but you know, it's a brother way. It just look like him not lean in a no kind of way. You know what I mean? So, you know, we have to rate and respect them type of attitude there in today's world. You know what I say? So he hails from the community of Saint Anne. At least that's his place of birth. But then, you know, ultimately he moved to Kingston. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna tell us more about his story. But when he got to Kingston, he was exposed to music in a way that it kind of wake up a burning desire. So he is one of us, ladies and gentlemen, one of those that he did not choose music, music chose him. You know what I say? So anyway, without further ado, a very warm overall settings welcome to Mr. Kenneth Cunningham, aka Street. Wagwan, my general.
Wagwan King, man, a blessing. First and foremost, I must big up the Almighty God, the one who strengthened I and I. You understand? And the I then. The same I say, and
give me the willpower to keep going at this music thing. Long time coming, just like any other artist where up there, and we
Me
still a
know,
come.
me know,
Still
me
a
know,
come.
me know you want them. Me know you want them to see the pretty jacket and the crown and anchor, but they want to see your face too, So you have to either go set the camera, cause half of your head chop off, or your glasses alone, and your smile we are see. The people them, the
Yeah,
woman them, me know say the woman, yeah man,
similar.
yeah man, all right. Me know say the woman them especially want to know, who them attack to, especially when you show about them bad song there. So you say you were the oldest of how many children?
Five of us by my mother.
Okay, so and you were the only one
Five,
who
five by my mother, and five by my mother, and five by my father.
okay, and that was in the community of that was in Senton. You know what I mean? So, tell us a little bit about the early days and when you got bit by this music bug and why out of six pitney, it chose you. Like, tell us something about the early days.
When you see the early days with me, I was born at that parish, a little district called McDowell,
Mm-hmm.
9 miles away from Bob Marley born. And, you
Mm-hmm.
know, we just grew up unlike any one of them little kids and we run up and down and they all over the place. Some go east, some go west, some go north, some go south. And it was it was a good moment for me as a child growing up still because you have a responsibility when you're a child that grew up, so you just enjoy life,
Mm-hmm.
football and cricket and shoot bird and catch fish in a pond. You ever think called pond that they hurt the water catching and things like that. And you, you
Mm.
know, it's a struggling moment sometimes, but we are kids, we grew up to be a man and see its reality and see what life is all about. So, it was a poor situation, but we survived growing up,
You made the
you
best
know.
of it. You were very resilient, which speaks to a lot of Jamaicans. I mean, we're a very resilient people. You know what I'm saying? So, around at what point
Yeah.
do you think the music tapped you on your shoulder? And what's your earliest memory of singing? Was it like around the house? Was it in school? Was it in church? Tell us a little something about that.
But something, I hear you touch a point earlier on, and it was good. It was
Mm-hmm.
me running after the music. It was the music running after me because I didn't have an idea or a clue at the age of 9, 10 coming up. Say I was gonna be a singer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I was going to a school called Benston, all age school in the same community, well, a giant district. And I realized they put on a concert one time and, a bunch of we go up on the concert, me and my colleagues them at school, and classmates, and we have guitar, we make out a sardine pan and all kind of little jump set out a cursing pan and the whole 9 yard. And, you know, the guys them run off a stage and leave me up there.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
everybody has said, sing, 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 Kenneth, sing. And so then I was singing. I don't even remember which song I was singing, but I remember that moment. And, I did in the place, and all the girls were around me when we get like, recess, they call it recess, so, I was like the man of the hour, you know.
So,
But
so
really
right
and
then and
truly,
there.
I pursued. Yeah, and then I realized that growing up, I really love music and love to hear, like artists sing like Neil Diamond and Benny Rogers them and Tina Turner and Dionne Warwick, and I always keep listening to them people and say, wonder if maybe I will sing, become a singer and people hear me on the radio.
Mm.
So I just go on with this music until I start to write music like crazy and going around anywhere the sound system there in the community and a giant community. I'll be there trying to see if I can get the mic for the just to say something and people recognize me. So it go on and on until I went to Kingston at the age of 13.
At the age of 13.
You know, and I was like, oh my God, yes, 13. Yeah. And I still want to go to school, but I didn't get into no school. So, you know, I started to do furniture work, you know, and I learn a trade, furniture trade, and Beach and Street, and Chance Lane, you know. And I realized Leroy Smart and Greg Rides at them have this studio down at the bottom called, I've got the name, you know, and we have Randy's down the bottom there, and Treasure Isle, they pressing record where they used to press record and stuff up by the top. So I was right in the middle of music, but I still wasn't at the mark at yet, you know.
Right.
So I team up with some guys in my ear like Johnny Ringo and Nada Ranks and Chicken Chess and, you know, Cutty Rank in them, and, you know, everybody was, it was like a Mike Shark thing going on at that time, but, you know, and most of the guys them was like DJing, and I said, you know something, I need to change from DJ and start to sing.
Sing.
So I started to sing a song where Lione Richie did called "Gotta Catch a Plane at 7:30," and the place go wild. You know, the place go wild, and from that I say, you know, I singing. You know, it take a while for me to really grasp to the singing business, like to get on board with it. You know, so in 1980, that bad election in 1980, I went back to St. Ann, and it was like prison because I don't used to the country life no more, you know, but I lived through it. And you know, for some reason, somewhere, you know, I just write a song called Infamy. You know, and me and a guy, and he did a next song called Make It If You Try, and me and him was like team partner. We go all about and find sound system. And people start to recognize us and everything like that. And, you know, one day we say, hey, listen, we need to voice and song. So we're going to go to RFM. And we went to RFM, and this guy, Barry O'Hay, I think he passed away last year. Yeah, Barry O'Hay was the engineer. And we went to him and said, listen, we have 2 songs and we need to do them, you know. And we did the 2 songs and the swing rhythm. And listen, man, people loving the sound, and people loving the voice, and I said, okay, Tough Gang distribute them on the whole 9 yards.
So this is actually your first release that we're talking about right now.
That was my first release, you know, and that time I was like 24.
Wow.
Age 24 that time.
So hold on,
you know?
let's just backtrack a little bit to just give people, you know, like me say, may I always have a statement say, you have some people who are born for the things, and then you have some people who are born for the things. And I say that to say that out of all of your mother's children, you know, and all of your siblings, you were the only one who chose a musical route, right?
Because the rest of them cannot sing.
All right.
They can sing, but you know.
So from even outside, so from even the early stages, the developmental years, you were the pick of the litter per se. You know what I mean? As far as, you know, that the one that music chose. Then when you went to go live with your dad now, you drop right now the hotbed, right in the altar with the music there. You know what I mean? Because you mentioned the likes of a Leroy Smart, you mentioned Johnny Ringo, you mentioned Nada Ranks. You know what I mean? So, you know, these things didn't just happen by coincidence. You know what I say? And then when you take it a step further now, and you say the very first song where you release was distributed by Tough Gang. You know what I mean? I remember you only live within miles of where Bob Marley was born. And then you turn around and the very first record where you distribute was distributed by Bob Marley label. You know what I mean? I don't know if you ever look upon it like that, but to me that seems like it was destined to be.
No, but that is not even that in Marley. I used to the right there at Bob Marley place next door to where Bob Marley used to live at Trenchtown in those early days. And what Bob Marley them was doing at that time, they were just inside their house trying to do their own thing, and there wasn't like out there. There was inside there, cause there was a lady called Sister, and we leave from country and go to Sister there, and we carry food for Sister, and then Sister will share the food and say, carry this to give them guys over there, Bob Marley, them over there. You don't know Bob Marley? And I say, yeah, I heard about Bob Marley, so them time there I was like at a tender age, so I wasn't even focusing on even music that strongly, So I was like around a whole bunch of musicians, but I wasn't into it. But then my heart keep telling me, hey, you have to do this, one day you have to do this. And I was surprised myself to see really right now I have like 25 song Vice and release all over the world and platforms and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, and the voice working, and it's like a piece of cake to me now. Once I hear the rhythm, I can just jump on it, write a song and that's it.
So at that particular time when because I noticed you said you reach so at the time when Sister was asking you about Bob Marley, you weren't actually living in the town at that particular time, right? You were
No,
just
I was
visiting.
back and forth.
Okay, all right. Yeah, because
Country and town.
I know Nardo and those guys, they came after Bob. You know what I say? So at the time when you started to like link with Nardo and those type of people, were they established artists at the time, or were they vying for a spot just like you?
No, there wasn't established artists. I tell you, Nardo, them used to walk all over the place and cut the ranks them, and anywhere they dance there, go there and really wonder them, and we just walk all over the place because they wasn't established as yet. So, I think when anyone that burst out first, and because we were living at different places in Kingston, he burst out first, and then Nardo, and then the two of them team up, and then when they went to Canada on a tour, and when they came back, they were riding two chopper bicycle, and I'm like, damn, two artists them in the era, them like that. But at the same time, I was saying to myself, I'm gonna reach here one day, I'm gonna reach here one day.
Right.
All the time now when he did bleach, me and him was body same way. He used to go, we used to go on tour, and I used to stay at this place up by Hope Road, and and until he come back from his tour. That's how we used to live. One of the time I run out and go to the country, because by then, I get kids and stuff, so I couldn't stay there until he really come back. So I keep rushing back and forth, country and town. So my life wasn't like stable in place. I was up and down all over the place.
So the song that Tough Gun distributed for you, what was the name of that song?
It's a song called Infamy. Can the infamy they no fit ya? All them a try. We know say them a spy. All them a try. We know say them a spy. People get up every day and I wrap them out. But I know one day the lamp about them traveling at east, west, and north and the south. And a people business them a talk about. Informer. Stop run off your mouth. Informer. People business if you stop leak out, they will walk and talk, eat and drink with you. And behind them are so to find you. I will make a lemon, so nobody bitch by you, informer, you know, yeah.
Mad, mad, mad,
So,
mad, mad,
and the
mad,
three
mad,
is the
mad,
rhythm, so,
mad,
you know,
mad, 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 mad.
you
So,
see, I
so
write my
what was
songs
that?
and I just don't write,
So what kind of
I just don't
reception did
write the
you get?
songs and because
What kind of reception did you get from that particular song after releasing it?
not much, because as
Okay.
I said, I didn't know nothing about production per se, even though I'm still getting there, and you know, and distribution, and but I got a couple copies from them, and you know, and get them out to sound
Wow.
system, man, in St. Anne and Kingston, you know, and they play them, and people were loving them, loving the Informer, they were loving it, you know.
Mad, 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 mad,
So
mad,
that's a
mad,
home
mad.
respond. But no, I did that song over. I did it over since I came to
Right,
America here.
right,
You
right,
know,
right, 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 right. So
yeah, yeah, I did
at
it
that
over, and
at that particular time, you have a song being distributed by an established label like Tough Gang. Um, it wasn't really received well because like you said, you were kind of a novice at that particular time. So, like, what was your next move? Did you
yeah,
continue to? What was your next move? Did you continue to record, or did you start doing shows? Like, what else were you doing to kind of get your name out there?
just visiting locations where they're playing sound system, and following sound system. You know, because I didn't have like somebody to say, okay, this is my artist, and I'm gonna see that he reach somewhere. You know. It's just me alone, and you know the lifestyle and everything in Kingston wasn't that, you know, smooth the way I want it
Mm,
to be. So you know,
mm-hmm,
sometimes I just forget about music completely, but I
mm-hmm.
still have it in me. You know, so
Right.
what I did, I just go around, you know, nod around them and chicken chest them. Leave me alone. They hard say, yo, this guy can sing, but you know, there was no help time,
Mm,
you know.
mm, mm. So did you like as far as
It's when I came to America. Now I started.
no, me they
When I
ask
came
me,
here, I realized that I can. You know, oh, go ahead.
no, me they ask you, like I noticed that you said your career started around the time when the sound system culture was like, I don't know at what point it was, but at one time most artists predominantly did a bust from sound system. Them either align themselves with a sound, and I hear stories, timeless stories about artists who used to travel from town to country per truck and them thing that you ever experience any of them type of lifestyle. Was there any particular sound that you used? Was there was there any particular sound that you could say that you were a part of for an extended period of time, or were you just like going from sound to sound?
No, it just went up south to south. I remember one time you say I traveled on a sound to Red Girl Ring. That
Mm,
you know that sound was owned by San at that time called Dragon. You know, Dragon
mm-hmm,
Hi-Fi, and you know the sound was playing good, and that sound was in Dunkirk, that you know.
same.
So we went up to Red Girl on a truck back with that. Then we went to Yalas out by Chief. Then took out by Yalas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he put on a dance out there, and I dominate that dance too. You know,
Mad, mad.
I was singing the sing as much. But I was studying cover version and said, because listen, when one that was in cover version, Sanchez was in cover version, so that was taking the place like Storm. So anywhere you go and sing a cover version, people love it.
There was
I didn't have a permanent sister.
There were so many singers back then. I mean, I feel like at that particular time, are we talking about like mid 80s, early 90s? Like what period of time are we talking about right now?
We're talking about 70, 77, 78, 79. But at that
Okay.
time, I was living on my father's roof, and I have to get inside of that house by 10 o'clock. We have the mama time frame, and if I
Yeah.
don't reach inside of that house by 10 o'clock, then I would have to sleep on some veranda till the morning, and it was crazy, man.
Mm,
So,
mad, 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 mad,
yo,
mad,
I
mad.
remember one night, man. Yeah, the father used to live at a hardware, and then when they closed the hardware door downstairs, there was nowhere to go. You don't have no key to open the door. And I remember one night some soldiers started to run me down, and they didn't catch me. No, they didn't catch me, and I'm like, oh my, this is dangerous. you know,
Yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah.
listen, it wasn't good. Listen, it wasn't good. It wasn't good for me. It wasn't good for me like anyone than now, because when they come home from wherever they go, they dance with us, so they could go home 1 2 o'clock and go in their house. I leave them sometime,
Sin,
I just sing
sin,
a one song there and one there, and I go home.
sin, sin,
To
sin.
try reach home before they close the door.
Right.
And this lady used to sell drops right at the door there before she go inside. She was a tenant, and she would be there like sometime 11 o'clock, and she said, "It's because of you why I'm here, because I know you're out there and you don't come in as yet."
Boy, yo, trust me, man. It's like I know the struggles of trying to pursue a career. And I mean, and I know it had to be even that much tougher in Jamaica when you have everybody vying for that spot to be, the number one DJ or singer. And like I said, there were so many different singers back in that time. Me, I say, well, if a singer they are run the cut. I mean, we can sit down and
Yeah,
so
because
we can sit down and everybody
was
was flames them time there. You know what I mean? Because if you talk about 70s,
yeah,
you have to talk about Alton Ellis, you have to talk about Dennis Brown, you have to talk about John Holt, you have to talk about, Leroy Smart, as you say, all of these different. I mean, there's so many different singers, and then when you start to venture into the 80s now, you have to talk about, as you say, the Sanchez, the Wayne Wonder, the singing melody, the Colin Roach, the Michael Buckley. You know what I mean? There's so many different singers, like, so you were in a very,
roots.
you were,
My
yeah, man. I mean, you were in a very crowded, a crowded arena of some truly talented people. You know what I mean? So, that was a very tough profession that chose you. You know what I say? You know what I mean? So, especially like you said, when you did have to reach in,
yeah,
because you think they kind of have some limitation on it, because like you say, you can't ramp with daddy no time at all. So it's like when a next man dip on the road, I look it, you have to look for forward, go your yard or a trouble. You know, see.
yeah. There's a
So,
sound system from up. There was a system called Black Star
mhm.
with Tiger them and so on.
Yeah,
You
man,
know,
me remember Black
Tiger
Star,
and Toto Metro and the whole of them. And
Al Anthony Malvo and them, and they dep on a sound there too.
yeah, man. So them come down a Raytown one night and I go down there because I hear say my have a cousin named Earl Cunningham will sing. Now them time there.
Mm-hmm.
So me hear say my cousin down there. So me went down my cousin Earl him. I said, wow, go on, I mean him talk. And he said, we're really cousins, we come from down the same place where people them come from. So I say, want to sing tonight when you hold the mic, I get a one sing the night and
Yeah, man,
it's just touch on Lego for me because
right. Black Star a big sound, man. I probably them time
it
you
was
did depend it too.
Yeah.
Watch out. Watch out.
Yes, man, I did dep on them sound man star, but it just a one link.
Yeah. See. Yeah, man, them sound a big sound, man, from way back in the days. Way back in the days. You know me I say, man, I rock them fur kangal and them cargo and them this and them that, you know. So after the first initial release, you know, that didn't
but I want to tell you, in those days, you know, I couldn't even buy a kangal. I couldn't even look like them guys at all. You know, this a man will just have the music in me and want launch out. But you know, so going there and see them guys, you know, the only person could have make me hold the mic is Earl Cunningham. So him give me a one touch off of the mic, you know, and my song, you know, because I want the crowd them to recognize me. Me not stop sing the Lione Richie song. God will catch a plane at 7:30. Why haven't you come to say goodbye? Time is running out and out. You know? Yes, so people love them songs, you know, so we get a little forward and at the same time I think about reach home because I check the time and everything.
Scene.
Serious. Right now, I have to give God thanks to see where we reach in the music business and we can voice song and put it out on social media, you know. Respect to social media too. And big up Lady P Lioness in the UK. She did pretty good for me too, you know, in terms of help me with the music business, you know.
So I mean, like we both know that, you know, the covers were a big thing back in the days. You know what I mean? You know, you have one and two artists who would do them now. You know what I mean? But they were like really, really. I mean, there were some covers that like Love I Can Feel and Richie Stevens did have a song when he close to we go again trying to get to you, and there were so many different songs where me the era as a youth where me did not even know say them song there was covers. You know what I mean? Because I just Jamaican artists, like when them sing them literally own them. You know what I mean? But then, you know, as time went on, a lot of artists started to, you know, write their own material. So when did you, because I mean you said your first song was an original, but when did you start to lean more towards doing your own stuff? Was that after you migrated or before you left Jamaica?
Well, I was writing some of these songs in Jamaica, and I came up here with a big thing, a song. Yeah. So it's when I came up here, when I really migrate and start to realize what the music is all about. So I started to go studio and voice them, and you know, the first song I voiced up here was a song called Heavenly Father, Universal Creator. Here I am in your presence. Take control and give me another chance, Father, to teach you right and wrong. Give me another chance. You know, and I realized the song then pick up because the rhythm ruling and the rhythm behind it and the words them and I realized that hey, people loving my thing them, you know. So since I came up here, I started to do my own thing, you know.
So when you landed in
And at this point,
when you landed in the
yeah,
states, when you landed in the states, where did you actually reside?
down by Philadelphia.
Oh,
So yeah, that was
I feel your
no.
job first.
I landed in. Yeah, I dropped a fish go live, and then when I went to Jersey, I went into a white neighborhood, and I'm like, oh my God, this is prison. So you know, the
Culture shock.
music get a cramp. Yeah, the music get a cramp a couple days, but then I was working at a supermarket called ShopRite in Jersey there, and they put on a Christmas party, and I went there, and they have karaoke there and everything, and I was blazing down the whole place with cover version, you know. So I never leave the music alone. I never leave it alone, you know. It's just touch and Lego, you know, until I say, you know, something. Then I stop this thing, you know, because I realize that people them love me. Anytime I open my mouth about singing, people love it.
So how
You know,
long would you
so
say?
I just keep.
How long did it take you to actually start recording when you got to America?
Yo, that's a good question. Listen this now. Listen this gap here now. Right? From 2000 from 2000 from 2002 to 2018.
Wow.
That's when I started. That's when I
Wow.
started to record. In those time, I was writing songs like crazy because I say, hey, I just want to find a studio. You know, so yeah, I never
Wow.
stopped. You know, but you see,
Wow.
2002 till 2018, I started to voice my song.
Wow. Wow. So that was a bit of a gap right there, but like you said, you managed to stay active, and music is something that's embedded in you. So I'm pretty sure that that was just time for you to just compile songs and continue writing and master your craft. So when you started to
Yeah.
record now, where was your first location where you record it? I mean, we know you did that between Philly, Jersey, like, so where did you actually go to find somebody who you feel like fit your sound?
Well, it's right here in New York,
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I found a little studio. I went to the barber one time, and I heard a guy say them have a studio next door. They say, cause I told the guys in the barber shop, say I can sing. So them say them have a studio next door. I said, what? I went there one day, and I say, yeah, I can buy something. It's so and so much amount to buy. So I, I went over there and I voice Heavenly Father. And it sounds good to me and it sounds good to everybody. I say, wow,
Wow.
because the
Wow.
engineer was on point,
Right.
So
Right.
went back there and I voiced more songs. And I voiced a couple more songs at the studios, and I realized that, I become a family with them. And the guy was like, hey, this much guy come inside here, come voice song. And I never stand up for now and video guy I sing. But the kind of song that you're singing and the words, really and truly, man, when you come inside here, the way how you humble and look, you have it like that. So all of my song them there, I don't choose from him. Ramage Studio.
So
Yeah.
so basically it was a
So
16-year gap until you actually started recording again. So how long did it take for you to start
yeah,
how long did it take for you to start actually releasing this material now?
Well, actually, may I tell you, sir, when you're born to do something, nothing can stop you. You understand? If you are there to do record, broadcast, nothing can stop you. Because the other thing now, my mother, I put out a picture with my mother on social media, Facebook, because it was her birthday. So this lady from UK, she make a comment, and I said, who is this lady here? And when I check her profile and everything, I realized that she's a producer. So I get in touch with her, and she said, oh, you can sing, you have song? I said, yeah. So I sent her the same event for another chance. Heavenly Father, universal creator. And she said, what? You have a good voice. So she said, you have more? So then I started to send her songs to her, songs on top of songs, and she deal with everything, and she legit, she send back all of my paperwork, then my catalog number, my SSR number, and everything, and show that I'm the rightful owner of songs and everything, the whole 9 yards. And I say, yo, this one sounds good. So I start to give her a little song, so she put them out, because I don't know how to put them out, but she put them out.
Right. Mad. And so how long did you say that was after you were recording? That was how many, like shortly after you started to record, or like how long? Can you remember?
Okay. Yeah, that was 2000. That was 2020. She started to release them.
Okay. Well, I have a song here, Close to Me. Tell me a little, give me a little backstory behind that song.
You see, everybody asks about that song there, but guess what? It's just sometimes you see a woman and she really want to get close to you, but she don't really put it out. She don't put it out. She don't really come to you with it, but you discover that she want to really get close to you, and that's how you get ideas about singing a song. So you just put one and one together and basically, and every one of these women that I knew, they want me to tell them, oh, which one of us just sing about that? So it's just a song,
Generally speaking, all right, Mr. Cunningham, Close to Me, Mr. Cunningham, aka Straight.
Yes, sir.
This lady wanna get close to me, says she want me be her milk and honey, close to me. This lady wanna get close to me, said I am a milk in her coffee and the honey. This lady wanna get close to me, says she want me be her milk and honey, close to me. This lady wanna get close to me, said I am a milk in her coffee and the honey in her tea. She have a way to attract my attention. Get close to me, says she want me be her milk and honey, close to me. This lady wanna get close. Say she want me be her milk and honey, yeah. Close to me, this lady wanna get close to me. Said I am the milk in her coffee and the honey in her tea. She have a way to attract my attention when she come close to me. Yeah, I don't know if she's sent by the Almighty or this lady is just a mystery. She said she loved me naturally and want me to tickle her fancy. Close to me, this lady wanna get close to me. Said I am the milk in her coffee and the honey in her tea. She have a way to attract my attention when she come close to me. Yeah.
Boy, me not lie, me so straight. That one a shot. It shot. That one, it give you one of them. It give you one of them. It's a good feeling. One of them good feeling song there, you know. That me definitely have to put that one there in my playlist. You know me I say, yeah man, I love it, man. It's one of them songs that will jump out to me. So me say me definitely got ask about it. So was that one of the songs that was produced in England, or which producer you did work with Pana one day?
Lady P Lioness.
Okay.
Eula Lee Pennant, Lady P Lioness. She's also a singer, you know.
Okay.
And,
yeah, man, the vocal arrangement and everything Pana tune is solid, man. Like me love it, gone to bed. You know what I mean? So, you know, me definitely yeah, man, it have
because I thought you have to try to be better than the best. You know? You at hard time. Anything you do, man, if you work my business, try to do the best in the business so you can get customer. You understand? And it's not like you're gonna run against a person and their doings are business. But anything you're doing, man, you have to try to do the best so that people can recognize what it really is all about. You know?
So how did you come by the name Straight? You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of singers probably they don't necessarily use monikers. I mean, some of them do, you know, but a lot of the singers, like traditional singers, usually use their real name. You know what I mean? And Kenneth Cunningham is a name where, you know, definitely, you know, would sound like a singer, and you know, could definitely be, you know, synonymous with some of the type of music that you make. But how did you come by the name Straight?
Well, you see, when I was growing up, you know, I was very slim. In Jamaica, they call it maga, but tall and slim, neat. So the people them in the community call me Straight. Boy, you're straight like a piece of horror, straight like a piece of stick. So that name Straight, you know, it's been from growing up as a toddler coming up. And I went to Kingston, and that's the name they know me as too, because, you know, when anybody asks me my name, I tell them Straight. You know, so a lot of people, you know, I used to work with some company in Kingston, and even the boss, they call me Straight because it's like they just love that name, you know, Straight. You know, so I keep that name, and I was trying to mix Straight with Rizzler, Straight Rizzler. But there was a But then one time I went to Airy Jam. One time I went to Airy Jam and this guy, Dubmaster Chris, that work on the radio station there in New York, he said, no, take off the Rizla off it. And I said, you know, say you're right. Because all these years me have this name straight. And recently me want to put Rizla on it. But you know?
Right. So what would you if you had to pick? Because I mean I know you have based on what you say over or somewhere around 25 songs released professionally. But whether it be released or not released, what would you say is one of your favorite contributions to this music industry? What is your favorite straight song to sing?
Yeah, one of my favorite songs is Another Chance.
Okay. Another Chance is
you know. Yeah, the title of it is called Another Chance, but actually the song is like this. Heavenly Father, universal creator, here I am in your presence. Take control and give me another chance. Father, to live another day. Oh, na, give me another chance. Heavenly Father, to teach the youth right and wrong. Yes, the youth of today, yes, them no humble, no pray. A pagan chat, them a stay. Yeah.
Wow.
That's my favorite song.
That brother, me I tell us is like and it's definitely needed in these perilous times that we're living in right now. You know, me I say like you know, with everything that's happening, the world could use another chance. You know what I mean? Like right now we could have pressed reset. Just me. You know what I mean? For the start over the thing and you know what I mean? For real, man. So, you know, Father Strait's favorite song, Another Chance.
Yes.
Yeah, man. All right.
Yeah. Everybody want that chance.
Heavenly Father, universal creator, here I am in your presence. Take control and give me another chance, Father, to live another day. Heavenly Father, universal creator, here I am in your presence. Take control and give me another chance, Father, to live another day. Oh, na, give me another chance, Heavenly Father, to teach the youth right from wrong. Yes, the youth of today, yes, and the humble not pray, be a gunshot, them must pray. And God's holy ground, bodies lay, some of them body on a decay. So give me another chance. Heavenly Father, universal creator, here I am in right from wrong. Yeah. The youth them say them a done. To them have gone in them position. I walk on and I shoot down everyone. Shoot down everyone. Them say them big and bold. Them get out of control. Out of control. Blood still a run like river get out of control. So give me another chance, Father, to live another day. Oh, give me another chance, Heavenly Father, to teach him right from wrong.
Mad song, mad song, mad song, mad song. Mad song, mad song. Once again, I tell us, everything when I touch so far a fire, you know, my general. I mean, the production solid. You know, me I say, the message within the music solid. Where I straight, trust me. It thing a go on. It thing a go on. What would you say was?
You really and truly.
What you don't say? No, I never.
No, Mr. Me really and truly, I put out some. Yeah, I put out some really cultural song where people can listen to and people can relate to. You understand? Exactly. Because I realize that singing is not all about put out a song because you can sing. You have to teach. You have to teach people the messages in the music. And people love music. People, even a little baby, relate to everything them hear. You know, as this guy was saying, if you send kids to school and tell them to count from 1 to 10, they may not remember it. But once them start to sing it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you know, them relate. People related to things that them hear and the music, because the music of the messages to the world, you know, and the people them want to hear that, and that's why. Yeah, because Bob Marley is a singer and he is a teacher. If you listen Bob Marley's song, then Bob Marley don't have that quality voice like melody and voice, you know. But the message when put out, people have to gravitate to it.
Me tell people already, you know.
To Bob Marley.
Me tell people already, you know. The key to music, you know, Mr. Straight, is the frequency. You don't necessarily have to be the best singer.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But the frequency is what makes you dance. The frequency is what makes you what makes a sad song make you cry. The frequency is the song that when you used to sit down on your granny lap and she used to play that Sam Cooke song or that Neil Diamond or whatever she did play at the time. The frequency in the music is what brings you back to that moment. You understand what I say?
Yeah.
The frequency currently has a lot to do with the destruction that you see right now. And I'm not necessarily saying that all of the blame should be placed solely upon music, but music, the reality of the situation is the average pitney probably don't know him state representative if you're in America or him MP if you're there at Jamaica, but him know him favorite artist, song word for word. You understand what I say? And a lot of what you see, and a lot of what you see happening is life imitating art in a sense. You know what I say? You know what I mean? Like I said, not placing the blame solely anywhere, but when you think about it, I tell people this all the time. Every facet of life, every aspect of life has something to do with music. They would not put music in commercials if they did not know that they they would cause you to buy something. If you're blind and you're in a vehicle
Yes.
and the door is open, the vehicle has a way of telling you that you need to lock your door. That ping, ping, ping is a frequency that tells you what to do because it hits your ear in a certain manner. If
Yes.
you understand what I say. You know what I mean? Everybody is not as enlightened, you know? I mean, a lot of people with creative minds use a different side of their mind. Which brings me to another song that you have.
Right.
Where a lot of people at this particular time in life are just searching. You have a song when I'm searching. Tell me something about that song there.
Well, you see that's that song is a song. When I walk around New York City, in and around, all about the 5 boroughs, it's like a bunch of people just running to and fro, and you can see people focusing on everybody, and it's like they don't know what they're looking for. People searching, and they don't know what they're looking for. They're looking for money, they can't find, and even when they find it, them still searching. So I just figured, listen, I'm gonna write a song about people who been searching to find money. They're searching to find riches. They're searching to find gold and all
Love.
of them.
Searching
And
to find love. Searching to find so many different things, as you said. Searching.
yeah, and even when they find it, they can't even find because them still searching.
People searching and searching, can't find what they're looking for. People searching and searching, can't find what they're looking for. Them searching and searching, can't find what they're looking for. So much search we go to make the good time roll, but it contaminating them soul. So much search you fail, but it's not again. When them get it, their life is not the same. So much search of money, and it cause pain and misery. You get it today and lose it tomorrow. Make them end up in a create a barrow, leaving your brain in pain and sorrow, because you can't find it back to pay tomorrow. People searching and searching, can't find what they're looking for. Them searching and searching, can't find what they're looking for. Them a search for prosperity when them don't have the Almighty. Be confusion in society. Seek ye first the kingdom of the Almighty, and everything will give unto you promptly. Yes, cause people searching and searching, can't find what them looking for. Them searching and searching, can't find what them looking for. Some a search we go to make the good time go, but it a contaminate them soul.
Mad. I want to take this time out for big up some of the people that were up on the live right now. You know what I mean? Big up with special guest tonight, Mr. Straight, aka Kenneth Cunningham.
Yeah.
You know what I say, singer, you know, from Jamaica who currently resides in the tri-state area. You know what I say, you know, I want to say big up to Mr. Earl Clark, bad singer, out for start a tour right now. Mr. Scotland Dog, from the live right now. Big up Ethic Bass. You know what I say, big up Builders Music. You know what I say, big up Stacey Merms, aka actress, aka Mermaid Settings. Stacey Settings, she have one bag of name. You know, big up Liane Cunningham, big up Sandy Roberts, big up Garnet Fire all the way from Italy, logging on, you know. Yeah, man. Big up Marley Alston, big up Nadine Fullerton. You know, man, say big up Diane Davis. You know, man, say big up all of the people that are on the live are tuning in right now. And if this is your first time over here at Overall Settings, please just press the little subscribe button. You know, share the live, like, you know what I mean, because you're here in support of a very talented individual. Big up Mr. Cunningham. So, Mr. Straight, what would you say was your proudest moment within this music business?
Hey, my proudest moment right now is now. See, I'm saying
Wow.
my proudest,
Wow.
yeah, my proudest moment is now because I didn't know. You know, I know it was coming in, but but I didn't know it would come so fast
Mm,
either.
mm,
Because
mm.
2020, 2018 start the voice song and then things just keep moving. God is good in everything. I have to put him first. And the proudest moment in my time right now is now. Because, I'm putting out all these words so that people can learn from them. And
Right.
and the people them are gravitating to it, and sometimes okay, when I'm going to work sometime, if you sing the same song as me, thank God for the mask. Recognize
Yeah,
me
man.
even when I'm stepping
I want,
on.
I want to say big up to two
So
special ladies. I want to say
it's
big
just
up
the
to two.
proudest moment in my time.
I want to say big up to two special ladies in your life right now. I want to say big up to Mama Cherry, who was actually listening to you on the phone. You know, man, I say why,
That's
why
my
you're
mom.
conducting. Right, right.
What?
I want to say big respect to Mama. She was on the live listening to you. You know, man, I say, and I want to say big up to Lady P, Lioness
Wow.
Production. We're just checking on the live right now, and she's saying that Straight is definitely a music teacher, and the music industry needs more artists like Straight. I am happy to produce every song this artist has got to offer. You can't ask better than that right now, brother. And right now, you also have a platform that is willing to showcase, everything that you bring our way because we're all about trying to change the narrative. Our objective is to always bring what is in the darkness to the light. You know what I say? And at the end of the day, I agree with Lady P when she said this industry needs more artists like the eye. You know what I say? Me totally agree. You know what I mean? And as I said, people, if this is your first time at the Overall Settings platform, we've conducted almost 300 interviews. We have some established artists, some of the veterans of yesteryear who have chopped the bush for the current icons of today. We also have, the man them like the diamond them in the rough, like the man where we have the pleasure of being here with tonight. The ones that the world probably don't know about right now, but we know that they are the future icons of tomorrow. You know what I say? Yeah, man. So one of the biggest challenges you feel like you faced in this music, how you overcome it, and what would you suggest to a young artist who's on the same journey? That was a three-part
I
question. The
didn't I
one,
didn't get to hear the first part of it.
all right. So I said, one of the biggest challenges that you faced in this music or that you continue to face, how do you remedy that challenge? And what would you suggest to someone who's on the same journey as you?
Yeah, one of the biggest challenge I face in this in this music business here is to see how I have to go the extra miles, you know, put out song, and reach out to guys like you, overall setting podcast and the team over there, you know, Roots FM in Jamaica, Sugar Wayne Rockers Radio, just try to get the music out there. Those big challenge, I tell you, it's a big challenge. What I have to advise to the young singers them like me, put on music because only good lasts forever. You know, if
Yeah,
you
man.
put good music out there, you will never be a good artist. You know, the people then will always want to hear you and write good songs and put them out there. You know, cause most of these guys they go to school so they can write a sentence, and once you can write a sentence, you should be able to write a good song as a singer. You know,
Right,
you can be all over
right.
the place because the instrument that back you and you have a voice. You know, you have to write good lyrics so that the children them can relate to what you're saying. You know,
Right, right,
so
right, right.
that's my advice to to all the young entertainers them coming up, and the
Sin,
challenge will always be there. You know, this is not
sin,
something where
sin,
you're gonna be hiding from the challenge. It's always there. It's kind of you have to just keep pursuing, pursuing it.
sin, sin. But Father Straight, we reach a point in our show right now where no artists don't escape, So, me need you forgive we right pan spot right now. A live overall settings dub plate.
All right.
The spotlight upon
Yeah.
you, my brother.
Yo, well, mean, you know, say the family, I know. Yeah, yeah. So, this is where I get from. Overall, setting podcast. Listen, this ya one. Can of them people they know how we mass. You know hear me? There is a virus blowing through the heat. Overselling women here and everywhere. Overriding that gas, there is a virus blowing through the heat. So all of you family over there, you better be with.
Bah.
It eating up people like scavenger, going out eliminating the doctor. Everyone in a state of shock. Well, it's a virus, a sudden attack. Human being it come to attract. Yes, face mask, no for them no one wear it. Social distance, them not keep it. But when them feel it, them body, I go reveal it. Overcast setting, there is a virus Going to the hill, killing off men and women. New York, New Jersey, and
There you have it,
everywhere.
there you
There
have it,
is a
there you have it.
virus blowing to the hill,
Mother Road.
killing off people like England, China, and not Jamaica too. Yeah.
Mother Road. So
Yeah. I hate.
anybody where you want big up right now, Mr. Street.
No most man, me I tell her my mama cherry man. I'll tell her say me love my mama cherry man. Trust
Big
me.
up,
You
big up
know.
Mama Cherry.
And then she was on live again. Yeah, and I must give thanks and praise unto God, you know, that
Mad, mad,
she
mad, mad, mad.
conceived, man like me to come because them have more to come from me still,
Mm,
more, enough more. Them not
mm.
them not hear the half yet and them hear about still, but them not hear them yet. And I give thanks and praise to my mother every time and give thanks and praise unto the Most High God,
Yeah, man.
and all of my friends them in the place, Paulette Francis, Marcia Digester, a woman thing, yeah, my queen, see it,
You can't big up the woman, them, man. You can't big
yo,
up the woman, them, and don't big up your one and only sister, Diane, me. I got sorry for you.
no, no, man, no, me a call her, man. I'm my favorite sister that man I want you do.
Mad, mad, mad,
I'm my
mad,
favorite
mad,
sister,
mad,
see
mad.
how we look like. If you see your
See,
picture and see my picture, you think we are twins. Big up
see,
all of my
see.
brother them, Lambert, Gaston and Uri, all of my
Yeah,
sister at town, Nikish, yeah, the whole 9 yard, Jadi,
yeah,
the
man.
music builder. We did
Yeah,
all of them
man.
reading the Daya. See it.
Yeah, man.
Lady P,
Yeah, man.
Lioness, all the people them star, enough of them, can't even call enough of them name because
Yeah, man.
so
See,
much of them.
see, see.
And down at my work, a lot of people them have to big up Natalie, and all
Big
of
up, every,
them, Kendra,
big up, big up, every, big up everybody
yeah,
we check in for real. You know me I say. I mean, big up everybody we check in. And
all of the
like
people.
me telling the people, the best way you can support Father Straight and artists like Straight is subscribing to this channel
Yeah,
because we always are gonna aspire to bring, the hidden talent that no one knows about. You know what I mean? Are the people them that them try to suppress when the music have substance. You know what I say? So Father Straight,
yeah.
before we close out, more you pick something out of your illustrious catalog for we do the outro with. Pick one of your song them right now, any one of them, and let me find it and drop it.
Virus, Itaguan.
All right then. So right now, big up Father Straight. We're gonna link on the other side. Tell the people them which part them can find the whole of them bad song, and tell them which part them can find up on social media.
All right. Instagram is virus_straight, right? And YouTube, virus by straight. You see me I say, once you do that, you see all of my song them. And big up Lady P Lioness over there in the UK, and big up all of my brethren them, Snapper Chef, big up all of the man, them Michael Dawkins, just big up all of the people that were tuning and enough respect and love to all of you and the supporters. It good and all of you know hear me call me name. Me love you and I respect every time. You see me say?
Father Straight, it was a pleasure. I'm sorry it takes so long, but nothing don't happen before the time. You know what I mean?
Before the time.
Bless up yourself, my general, and we'll definitely be in touch as you continue to drop them at Sanga. Make sure you either link we are Stacey Merms, and you know what I mean. We make sure so we showcase them on the platform. Zin?
Yeah, man, and I want to tell you, saying I know special, but a special big up to Stacey, she got the extra miles to make this thing happen, man.
All the time,
And
all the time,
feel
all the time.
respect the whole family and the whole overall setting
Respect, man.
podcast of yo, brethren, you know have me link, you know what to do. Bless up.
All right.
There is a virus going to the bless up each and every one of you. Know. Good night.
Everybody should have know by now that there's a virus blowing through the atmosphere. Yes. People be careful here, and everywhere. Make sure when you leave your houses, you put on the right gear, or else your life will disappear. 'Cause there's a virus blowing to the air, killing off men and women here, and everywhere. There is a virus. It hitting our people like Captain Jack, going around eliminating them sucker. Everyone in a state of shock. Well, it's a virus, a sudden attack. Human being it come to attract. Face mask for them now wear it. Social distance them now keep it. But when them feel it, them body I go reveal it. There is a virus blowing to the air, killing off men and women here, and everywhere. Yes, there is a virus blowing to the air. So my brothers and sisters, you better be yeah. Me never hear say cow and goat have it. Me never hear say cat and dog catch it. Only human being attracted. Social distance them now keep it. Face mask for them now wear it. But when them feel it, them body I go reveal it. 'Cause it's a virus blowing to the air, killing off men and women here, and everywhere. Yes, there is a virus blowing to the air. So my brothers and sisters, you better be doctors and scientists can't find no cure for it. No. Me have to wonder if I see green. See them now, them invent vaccine to inject human beings. 'Cause it's a virus that's blowing through the air, a killing of men and women here, and everywhere. Yes, there is a virus blowing through the air. So my brothers and sisters, you know better be there is a virus.
Overall station is a dancehall star. An overall station, murder all of the station. Overall, we love you in every way. Overall, killer jump and station every day. And I know why.